Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a very fascinating reaction video today. An African-American woman wakes up to the fact that the pro-Palestine side is racist and full of bullshit. I love seeing this stuff because I love working together with the African-American community and generally communities that have diasporic African ties or ties to Africa directly, like what I did in the Caribbean. So this is very special for me. I'm Tall the Traveling Clat, your favorite white colonizer. And just a quick note, before we get into the reaction itself.
I'm going to say this and then I'm through talking about it.
Before we get to this beautiful lady's points, okay, please stick around to the end of this video. I have a very, very important note and request from all of you. I need your help, especially if you are African-American. This is really, really important. I need your help. Let's watch.
I'm going to say this and then I'm through talking about it. You talk about Palestinians on this app, nobody even sees your video. And I thought TikTok was being rude. No, TikTok was hip to something. TikTok was on game before we were. See, us as black and brown women, we show up to blindly support any other person of color. Whole time, they hate us behind closed doors. It's like, yeah, they want our support. They want us to stand with them, but they hate us. And you know how you get it out of them? Situations like this. If you new here, I spoke up against Huda Beauty. Somebody mentioned Jeffree Star did, but you already know I called out Jeffree Star too. Jeffree Star and Huda Beauty are one and the same. Both of them are the same. So no, that don't get a pass. But, you know, I read comments, oh, we don't really care about y'all. Black people are the lowest earning in this country. Well, we're not starving, like I said. And if you felt that way about us, why couldn't you say that when you was asking and crying in the camera for our support? We're sick of it. And that's my last time talking about it. I thought TikTok was being rude, suppressing our views when it comes to Palestinian content, but they were on game before we were. You never know who's helping you behind, you know, you just can't see it yet. So that's one thing TikTok got right. You talk about Palestinians, your video ain't gonna go nowhere. And I appreciate TikTok doing that because we had no idea. We screaming at the camera, supporting them whole time they hate us. Good job, TikTok, because we ain't saying nothing. I can't speak for them, but I ain't saying nothing else about them. And I have pulled my support for Palestinians now that I've discovered so many of them are anti-black. And I'm not sorry. I will never take back what I said. This is my page, my views, my opinions, and I don't have to support nobody that don't like us. No, I don't have to support nobody that hate us behind closed doors and ain't afraid to show it.
Baby, they don't just hate you behind closed doors. They hate you in front. Bonnet Business.
I'm gonna say this and then
first of all, go follow Bonnet Business. I'm gonna go follow her right now on TikTok, even though I don't really use TikTok that often, because you know what? I'm proud of her, and this is a very, very important note to be made. This is a woman breaking out of the echo chamber and thinking for her fucking self. Thinking for herself. The pro-Palestine narrative, the pro-Palestine side, wants to make all of you a bunch of stupid, retarded zombie people. They want you to think for them and not think for yourself. They don't want you to look at the facts or know the reality about the truth on the ground in Israel or in Palestine, and how, by the way, Palestinians are extremely racist towards people of African heritage for the most part. They segregate them in different neighborhoods. In Gaza, for example, they have a neighborhood called Al-Abid, which means the slave neighborhood. They refer to them, black people in Gaza, or Afro-Bedouins, they refer to them as Abid, slave, often, because it's a colloquial term from Arab slave days. So I appreciate her thinking out of the box. I appreciate her thinking for herself. And if you think for 1 second that the pro-Palestine side cares about black people or African Americans or Africa in general, go see how they talk about Ethiopian Jews, how they tell them to go back to Africa, how they call them colonizers. Ethiopian Jews. Go see how they talk. Go see how they talk about Ethiopian Jews. Go to an Ethiopian Jew and go to their comment section in any social media platform. Go to my friend Bran. Look up Bran Worku on Instagram, on TikTok. Go look at her comment section on TikTok. See the fucking inept, disgusting racism from the pro-Palestinian side, which most is, by the way, coming from Arabs who are extremely supremacist and racist. You think for a second they think that you're one of them? You think for a second that they think you guys are equal? Hell no. No, they don't. And what I was talking about earlier towards the end of the video, I want you guys to see this real quick, okay?
I'm through talking about it.
This is very much related to this topic. So I have a good friend. His name is Ashriel Moore, this man right here.
Olympics.
If you have never
Hello,
seen him before.
Welcome back to the page. I'm your host, Ashriel Moore, the ambassador of the African Diaspora Collective here in Israel. Today,
so I've worked with Ashriel Moore for a couple of years now. We made an incredible piece of content years ago in Dimona, where his community is. They have a place called the Village of Peace. These are Hebrew Israelites, so not Jews, but descendants of the Israelites. They're an incredible community. Vegans, highest enlistment rate in the IDF. Incredible, incredible people that are open to the entire world. Very peaceful community in the south of Israel. So first of all, first and foremost, go right now and subscribe to his YouTube channel, Ashriel Moore. It will be linked in the description and hopefully in the pinned comment if I remember to do it. But if I don't, look up Ashriel Moore. Go give him a subscribe right now. He made a video recently, okay, really recently. We also covered this topic about this girl named Hiba Talks, who is a Palestinian girl who said that she went on a trip with a bunch of African Americans and that they were racist against Palestine. Go watch his commentary, by the way, because it's one of the most important commentaries on this topic. Okay.
They posed with that artist in front of the mural. And I bet they wouldn't dare look that artist in the face and say that he's racist. By the way, go support that artist. He's Banksy.2. I know that when I am in black spaces, it is not my place to call out issues within the black community, especially when those people are being slaughtered.
So she came up with this whole idea. I know this is like a reaction inside of reaction. Hi, Ashliad. How you doing, brother? I was just on the phone with Ashliad. So it's weird to see him on my screen right now when I'm not on the phone with him. Ashliad's perspective is that this trip didn't happen. And I don't want to speak for him. One second, I'm gonna give him the quote. So before I bring up Ashliad again, this woman claims that she went on a trip with a bunch of African Americans who were racist towards Palestinians, and they were like discriminated against Palestine, and they weren't like blindly supporting Palestine when they were here. Look what Ashliad says.
How the system works, but they don't even have those UN cards, so they don't qualify to receive any of the aid that is being provided. Right. This is how they're being treated. I mean, in Gaza, you have the El Abid neighborhood where about 1% of the population of Gaza are residing there. And these people are people of African ancestry, Afro-Palestinians, who a significant amount of them had come to Israel during the Ottoman period. They were brought as domestic workers and slaves, quite honestly. And those people were still looked upon as such in Gaza and also in the West Bank. So I'm trying to really understand what is it that you're talking about, that these things don't exist in this community. They absolutely do exist, and it's very clear that they exist. Symmetry here. That means that these communities are looking to continue to exploit people of African ancestry, to exploit these communities, to exploit our softness, right, our tenderness towards oppression, towards colonization, towards racism, towards discrimination, while all throughout these people are really carrying out the exact same things they're blaming other people for.
Absolutely.
And I think right now
Absolutely. Ashriel could not be more thorough and correct. Anyways, me and Ashriel are talking on the phone right now, and Ashriel brought this theory up. He believes that this trip never even happened. Now, we're trying to go down the rabbit hole right now, a conspiratorial rabbit hole, on whether this trip by Hiba Talks actually even happened. I'm going on TikTok. I'm seeing a bunch of African-American people, a bunch of black people also talking about the fact that they think this trip didn't happen. And I honestly didn't know. I doubted Ashliad when he first said it, and then I was like, maybe it didn't actually happen. So, this is a plea, a call to help by me and Ashliad on YouTube. If you know anybody that was on this trip, Hiba Talks on TikTok. Look her up. Hebatalks. Hiba Talks. If you know anybody that was on her trip, any African American that was on that trip, please let me or Ashriel know. You can comment down below. You can email me. You guys found a way to find me Benjamin the other day from the video, so I count on you guys. This bitch right here. If anybody knows what this lying sack of garbage, if anybody knows anything about her and this trip that actually happened, please let us know. We want to go down the rabbit hole and discover what actually happened on that trip and expose it to the world. I think it'll be a fantastic way to also draw the African American community and Israel closer to each other. Like, I think it's one of the most important things we do right now, because I don't like the fact that African Americans have a negative view on Israel, and that a lot of that has to do with our terrible PR. And it's very important that we change that perspective. So if this is a way to drive that nail deeper, for me it's important. For Ashliad and I, it's both important to find the truth and to expose the racism on the pro-Palestine side, which is very, very, very high. I'll see you guys in the next one. Guys, again, I remind you, go support our brother, Ashriel Moore, right now on YouTube. Go give him some love. This guy is incredible. He's an incredible advocate for Israel, for his community, for relationships between African Americans, between Africans and Israel. He's an incredible individual. Go show him some love. Subscribe to his channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you a long time. Goodbye, Klats.
If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.